Subscribe to MDR. Like for more.
Having always been a big-time nerd, Brahmastra was one of those films that I was eager to see ever since I first heard of it. And after almost a decade of waiting, Brahmastra is now here, and I'm also 10 years older, which is not very good. I must admit that I haven't seen a theater as packed since I viewed RRR earlier this year, and Brahmastra has certainly captured the epic cinema vibe that can only be found in certain films. Here on Movie Detective Run, one thing you should know about me is that I always sit in the middle, usually third or second row from the top, so I might be just about any guy in the world at any cinema. Anyway, I thought Brahmastra lived up to its hype, which may be surprising to some since I'm not sure what people were expecting to see based on the teasers. Nevertheless, I watched the film I had been hyped up to watch, and for a first, I got what I expected. This doesn't mean the film is good or bad, it's just that I had a very specific idea and made up mind about the film, and it is what I got to watch. There was an expectation that people would see a film like The Dark Knight with a Marvel theme and an Indian background, but that would have been bad anyway. What we got instead was an Indian mythological Harry Potter styled film, and when I first saw the trailer, I received quite a bit of negative press because of saying this. The film, however, is very obvious in how much it borrows from the Potter franchise, the Hogwarts-like ashram run by the Dumbledore-like guru, or Potter-like Shiva's entire backstory as the destined boy being an Horcrux like Astra himself. It's obvious how much this film borrows from Harry Potter. That's right folks, I was the first one to point it out. Just like I was the first one to point out that Aquaman and Mera sequence that's in Shamshera, or the Mad Max sequence that's in Shamshera, or how Vikram just kind of merged all three of the Dark Knight films to create this ensemble action film, but that's besides the point right now. In my opinion, Brahmastra is a good commercial movie. While some of its scenes are cringeworthy, I approach them with the same level of taste I apply to cheesy romances. There's no need for a superhero film to feel real, it just needs to be convincing. It's hard to admit this, but I think the film would have been better without the many close-ups between Isha and Shiva, or the lengthy mythological explanations that keep on interrupting until the film's conclusion. And more than anything, surely, it could have done without Dance Kapoor as well. I mean, why? Just why? It's almost like Ranbir Kapoor is parodying Salman Khan's Jalwa song in this number. I'm fine with the cheesy scenes and backstory lessons as long as the film delivers a consistent product, as all previous Ayan Mukherjee films have. Although Wake Up Sid and Ye Jawani Hai Diwani aren't necessarily great films, they are consistently good in terms of tone, style, music, and direction as a whole, and that's what makes them good movies. It's hard for me to complain about the acting in the film, though it does get questionable at points, or the soundtrack, which was really great at times. But my favorite part of the film is the build-up in the first scene and its fallout over the course of the film. Spoiler alert, SRK rocks. As I watched the film, I saw that everyone around me was just as gripped until the climax as I was. And to be completely honest, I do believe that Brahmastra is a watchable film. In fact, I expect the film to be even better when rewatched on home release, which I will certainly look forward to when I make an analysis of it. So I'll be watching the second part whenever it comes out. My theories have inspired me to make a number of videos on Brahmastra in the coming days, so keep an eye out for more updates. So make sure you stick around for those, and that's my experience of how good or bad was Shamshera. Sorry, Brahmastra.